The road to Kashan leads through a super beautiful mountain landscape. We continued to Nushabad, but on our way we are unfortunately stopped by a truck ban. So we had to turn off and end up in a small village with super narrow streets. The locals though encourage us and we slowly squeeze through the alleys. And indeed, Globy winds his way through and manages even the tightest turns with the greatest grace. But we are happy when we end up back on the main road. The next stage also leads through several magnificent mountain ranges. We can't get enough of the landscape and the rock formations. During a photo stop along the way, we met paramedics from the Red Crescent, the equivalent of the Red Cross, who spontaneously invited us to come to their medical post for a cup of tea. Of course, we didn't say no. And a little later, we arrived already at the post. But it wasn't just tea. No, wood was chopped, skewers were put together and grilled. Such a delicious lunch. Later, a colleague came along with some traditional costumes from the area, and they dressed us up with great enthusiasm. Peter really looks almost like a local village elder. They are so super nice, but we have to move on because we still have to find a place to sleep before it gets dark. In the next village we see where the lamb comes from. The poor animals are standing right in front of the butcher's shop and can practically look their fate in the eye. The entire route from Isfahan in the east to Desful in the west leads over a wide mountain range that takes us to magnificent areas, one beautiful pass after another, only interrupted by picturesque valleys. This part of Iran is really unbelievable beautiful. And since it is also quite sparsely populated, you can just let your eyes wander over the majestic mountains. However, we were very impressed that even in these more remote areas, there is a good road network everywhere. Wow, that's a big herd of goats. This one is guarded by 3 shepherds and several dogs. The donkeys carry everything the shepherds need on the hike. One of the shepherds even has a gun with him. It's just lonely here. A pretty hard, but also free life. The road slowly leads us down to the plain where the Des reservoir is located. But before that, we can stock up on supplies in this village. This also includes the freshly baked flatbread. Most Iranians eat it with almost every meal, and it's really only good when it's totally fresh. Here we were able to watch the preparation one-to-one. The three men really work hand in hand, and the flatbread whiz around the oven once and are then ready. Brilliant! Most of the buyers are just waiting for their fresh bread. The next morning, we are just about to leave when these two gentlemen honor us. We are parking on forbidden ground, they say. We are astonished, as we are simply standing next to the road that leads to a farmhouse. The whole land belongs to the oil company. Unfortunately, this was not marked anywhere. The police were called to the scene and wanted to clarify this at the police station. Well, okay. After an hour in which nothing happened, we were able to drive on. We thought the whole thing was rather stupid, but hey. The interlude did not spoil our good mood at all, and we happily continued south. We want to drive to the fire mountain. That sounds incredibly exciting. But first we have to cross this narrow bridge with our slim Globy. Not much room left. Peter takes it easy, as always. And there's the turn-off. We want to stay here overnight, of course, because it's obviously more exciting when it's dark. Since the spot we've scouted doesn't leave much room to turn around, Peter decides to drive down backwards. It looks easier than it is because the path is narrow, steep and sloping. At first we couldn't imagine what the fire would be like, but now it quickly became clear how it works. Obviously gas is escaping, which ignited at some point and has been burning happily ever since. Really worth seeing, as is the night sky. Despite the smell of sulfur, we slept well and are now benefiting from the reverse drive yesterday. We leisurely set off for new adventures.